Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to set up and run a MIG bead, and I want to discuss some adjustments on 2 or 3 of the different MIG welders that we have. All right. One of the first things, let me cover equipment. What you'll need first, you'll need a piece of square tubing. Square tubing needs to be 1 1/4 inches. It needs to be 6 inches long. So when I grade you, I'm going to measure that and grade you a little bit on accuracy. But a piece of square tubing, 6 inches long. Okay. Also, you need a welding helmet, and there should be some auto-shaped helmets around that you can use. Also, you'll need some welding gloves, okay, and possibly a pliers. Okay. To adjust the welder to the right heat rate, there's a couple dials that you have to be aware of. Okay. On this Millermatic 250, this top knob is voltage, and so to be successful for the steel I want you to weld with, we need to be at about 18 volts. The second dial down here is feed rate, and it's numbers from 50 to 600, and you're going to be about 250, and what that means is that's how fast the wire comes out of the nozzle at 250 inches per minute. Okay, so that's what that dial's for. Okay? I've got a Millermatic 212, and this welder is a little bit different. The voltage is set up on 1 through 7 settings. It just clicks into place right here. Normally your welding will take place at probably a 4 or a 5. And then again, you have a wire speed all the way from, it's evidently a relative number from 0 all the way to 100. So this one isn't necessarily in feet per second or feet per minute, but is a relative number between 0 and 100. Okay? Your gas is on, and so that is right here. We have a shielding gas coming out the tip of the nozzle. It's a C25 gas. So when you turn it on, this valve on top, you would turn counterclockwise all the way on. This dial here tells me cubic feet an hour. And so it needs to be at about 35. Okay? 35, and this simply tells me the cylinder pressure. Okay? So this is the welder I'm going to use. Okay? For welding, we want to make sure we have a welding helmet, and it is a number 10 lens. If you have to adjust that, different helmets have different modes on the inside right here on how do you adjust it. I'm going to turn it on right there. I can see my helmet is at a number 9. The delay, it's a 7, which is simply a relative number again. And its sensory is a relative number, and it's 2. Okay. Anyway, this is my personal helmet, and so nobody gets to use it except me. Anyway, you got to just simply make sure it's on. All right. I like to wear, put it on, and then fit it. Now, when I put the hood down, what will happen is I will be able to see through that lens as though it's a gas weld. And so it's not completely dark, so I can kind of see where I'm at. Okay. Now, when I'm ready to weld, my welder is on, I've got my gas on, I take my ground clamp and hook it to my table. Okay. I'm going to take the electrode holder, I'm going to run it out a little bit, I'm going to bend it over. I'm going to put my work kind of in the middle, and I'm not going to weld right here, but my cable is in long loops. It's not, nothing is a tight corner. When I weld, I want to have my hand here on the table. I want to grab it like that. But this handle, I want it to be horizontal. So I'm going to horizontal or slightly pointing down. So I want to come in here at a 45 degrees. And when I get done, I'm going to put my hood down, pull the trigger, and just try to control that. I'm going to be able to see it pretty easily. That's something you're going to have to experience. But this is up. When I pull the trigger, I want to be able to see the stinger, and I can move it slightly back and forth. Now I'm moving it back and forth with this hand that's locked down. I'm not moving it with this hand. This hand's simply controlling the trigger, okay? And I can do a lot of different things like that. I have a lot of control with that. And so you just have to play with that, experience it. Now your assignment is this. You need to have a 4-inch bead centered, and I need to have 4 beads. 1, then I would cool it down in water. 2, cool it down in water. 3, cool it down in water. And 4. And so I want to have 4 pretty decent beads before you hand it in. Okay? Alright, so that's the assignment. Is on one of the 3 MIG welders, you will complete a bead at least 4 inches long, 1 on each side of some 1 1/4 square tubing that is cut 6 inches long. Okay? Alright, that's it.